Hey, Brawlhalla fans, it's Raidhyn, and today I'm kind of making a little bit of a different video for you guys. I want to talk about how to analyze your mistakes in efforts to improve. So, basically the way that I've been thinking about this lately is every time you get hit, it's because you've made a mistake. And every time the other player gets hit, it's because you made a good decision and you were able to hit them. And if we think about Brawlhalla in this way, you can become a better player just by minimalizing the amount of mistakes that you make and analyzing the mistakes that you do make and changing your tactics accordingly. So the reason why I'm showing this to you inside of my video editing software is because I want to be able to pause it at any given time and kind of talk through different scenarios. So let's go ahead and take a look at this match and we can talk about the mistakes in this match. So let's go ahead and we'll wait for the first knockout here. I believe I'm playing on Hattori and we've got Misfit on Roland. So when Roland comes back in, what I'm trying to do here is just clear the board. And okay, so we see a pretty crazy combo coming out right here from me. And let's go ahead and see what the mistake is. Okay, if we review the tape really quick. Now, I'm trying to clear the board and Roland has just gotten on the map. So he throws the item and I dodge through it. And then at this point, we're thinking two different things. I want to call the Valkyria horn to protect me. Roland wants to punish me for trying to call a weapon. So what does he do? He dodges forward, but he doesn't anticipate me picking up a weapon first, in which I'm able to hit him out of it. He also runs into the spear here because I had tossed it upwards earlier and he forgot about the zoning distance. So anytime somebody tosses a weapon straight up in the air, you have to be really careful about it coming down and hitting you. Now, because I was able to hit him with the sword, he got hit by the Valkyria horn, then got hit by the spear, and then got hit again. And you can see he just started this match, and he's already at yellow health now because of that combination of attacks. So he dive kicks here, which is kind of like the right reaction at this point. It's like, oh, look, I've got some airspace, let's dive. And he misses. So this doesn't seem like too much, but this is a positioning mistake. What he wanted to do was hit me, but he made a mistake by his positioning being off and me standing in place. Maybe he was expecting me to dodge backwards and made an incorrect prediction, but this was a mistake from Roland. Now, I chase after him and get a good couple of double hit knockouts, or double hit there with the items, and able to ping him there with the spear. And let's take a look at the next thing that happens. So here I get hit. I get hit by a mace ball. Now, in this position, what's happening? Roland has an item, and he can toss it upwards and diagonally, and he's in the perfect position to do so. You can see it's like a perfect 45-degree angle in our positions. Me, I'm getting ready to throw this spear. Now, because I'm locked into the throwing animation, even though I see that he's in perfect position to do this, I can't dodge because I'm already locked into a throw. So this is my mistake here. What I should have done is instead of throwing, I should have been ready for dodging, but instead I get hit. So here I'm trying to recover. I pick up an item, I try to make some distance, and Roland gets hit. So what happens? Why does Roland get hit? What is he thinking? So he dodges early. Maybe he's expecting me to throw diagonally here, and he predicts wrong. So he dodges expecting a diagonal toss, and because of that, I'm in good position now to just hit him with it. So, I mean, these things, they seem like little small things, but it's all of this decision-making that affects whether or not you win the game. You know, it's a full-on game of Brawlhalla is a continued series of predictions, decisions, and actions. And basically, whoever has the best decision-making and the best actions to follow up on those decisions is the one who comes out on top. Let's go ahead and keep looking at this. All right, so Roland gets back, he dodges early, and then I get a knockout. So how did that happen? Let's take a look. So he dodges early, expecting me to throw perhaps early. I'm waiting for his dodge. So he manages to jump over the mace ball, But here he's reacted to my attack. And because he's in mid-action, I have the opportunity to punish. So immediately I do a quick uppercut, and I'm able to knock him out. And that's something that I like to do quite frequently. Let's take another look at this. Something I like to do quite frequently is at close range throw an item, and then when people react, follow up with an attack. Whether they react with a jump or a dodge, it doesn't really matter. Alright, so let's see what happens next. Here we go, and I get knocked out immediately. So let's see what happens here. So Roland comes down, and he picks up a weapon, and I immediately go aggressive, and Misfit dodges right through me. And because of this, I'm still in my recovery animation, and he's able to follow up almost immediately with a down light attack into an air hit combo recovery move to knock me out. So what should I have done there? Well, here's the thing. When people first come into the match, it's usually a better idea to just leave them be for a little while, because of their invulnerability, when they first hit, it can become... See, because look at this. So Roland here, when he picks up this weapon, you'll see he still has invulnerability frames. Even before he dodges, he's still flashing. Okay? So there was no way I was going to hit him anyway, because the invincibility doesn't immediately go away on weapon pickup. It only immediately goes away on item pickup. As a good player, I know that, but I made a mistake and got punished. Let's see what happens next. Alright, so I get hit by an item toss. This is a very common tactic for Misfit. So Misfit likes to get into the air and throw the item. What could I have done here? I should have dodged. I should have expected this, or I should have been farther away. Now, looking at this, I see that I was trying to throw my weapon as well, and I get hit out of that animation because I didn't throw it fast enough. If I had thrown it fast enough, maybe we would have been able to trade hits here. And trading hits is fine because it keeps you on equal footing. But in this situation, I didn't react fast enough. So in the future, what do I do to fix this mistake? I either react faster, or I just know that I'm not going to be able to throw as quickly when I'm on the ground. So I just prep myself to dodge or stay out of that direct downward attack angle for weapon throws. All right, so I try to throw in retaliation and completely miss, and I get punished for it. Okay, let's look at that again real quick from the top. So I get hit. I try to throw through, but Roland isn't there because the way that he lands, and he dodges through it. There we go. All right, let's see what happens next in the analysis of play. He dodges through it. I dive kick and miss because my spacing was off. And we do a close range bomb throw. Alright, so here's an example of something that happens all the time with people. This is everybody who plays competitively and likes to dodge. Dodging too soon. So, and this is something where you can improve your performance against people just by waiting a little bit for them to dodge and then hitting them. So here I go up. I'm going to come up this way. Roland's going to dodge early, and he's going to dodge into me. When people dodge into you, they're trying to punish you for being overly aggressive, and they want to be able to attack you immediately afterwards, which is why they're trying to close the gap to you. If it's a purely defensive move, they're going to dodge away. But if they dodge into you, they're thinking offensively. And here we can see he dodges, and I just kind of hover around and wait, and then I hit him in the face. So let's look at that one more time. Come up, he dodges early, and I hit him. And then he dodges again right into me, and I punish him again because he's expecting me to follow up immediately. Now, all I'm doing here is adjusting my attack time by by half a second or less, and waiting for him to dodge so that I can punish him for it. All right, so what happens next? Let's see. We both dodge at the same time. This is really common. You'll see this a lot because the most appropriate place to dodge is when your hurt box is going to collide with their hitbox. So we both dodge here, and we both miss. And here, what is this mistake? Why do I get hit at the end? So the reason for that is because I chose the wrong move. I was trying to close this distance here and not anticipating Roland moving backwards. So as you can see here, I'm going to roll forward. He dodges backwards, making it so that my move completely whiffs. and then immediately retaliates. So what was my mistake there? My mistake was expecting him not to dodge. And playing against Misfit, well, he always dodges. Now, of course, these kind of deep analytical thoughts aren't going through my head at a very conscious level while I'm playing, but if you really want to improve, taking the time to look at this is kind of important. Now, obviously not everybody has video capture software and can, go back and rewind tapes like this, but, throughout the course of your play, you want to be looking at your mistakes and going, what went wrong in that match? Why did I lose? Or why did I get, why was it a close match? Why did I lose the 2 or 3 or 4 stocks that I did? What can I do to improve? Let's go ahead and keep looking at this. All right, so this is a really interesting technique that Misfit uses quite a lot on Roland, where he dodges, and then he immediately follows up with a down light attack. Because this move comes out so quickly after a dodge, it's really hard to escape from. And so my mistake there, if we look at this again, was expecting to be able to outdistance that, which I wasn't able to. All right, let's take a look, see what happens. Maybe we'll wait for the next knockout. But I hope this kind of thinking is helpful to you guys who are kind of at more of the 1v1 competitive / tournament level and are really looking for ways to improve your game. Because the thing is you can analyze your opponent as much as you want, but your opponent's never going to get worse. It's up to you to get better. Let's take a look and see what happens next. So, like, here's an example where we just saw the down light attack that Misfit likes to use so much. So he dodges, I move forward, and at this space, this down light attack is going to miss. It's going to end up about right here. And this is a scenario where he chose the wrong move. He could have done any number of things. He could have thrown his weapon at me. He could have dodged away and reset up somewhere else. He could have leapt to the skies and did like a down heavy attack after a diagonal jump, or a down light attack, excuse me. But instead he goes for his bread and butter down light, and it whiffs, and I'm immediately able to attack him because of that. So here's another example. We both dodge and recover at pretty much the same time. But at this distance, his down light attack is going to come out faster than my spear attack. So at this point, I'm thinking I need to turn and hit him with a neutral light with my spear, but his down light attack just comes out faster. So what do I know? What can I decide about this? Well, what I can decide is that I don't want to be in this position. I don't want to be this distance away from Roland where he can abuse his down light attack. I want to be slightly away from him. I want to use my spear's throwing capabilities, and it's better range to my advantage. And I don't want to be, 2 character bodies away from him. I want to make sure that I avoid being able to get punished like this. All right, so let's look at this real quick, because this is something that just happened. All right, so here, when you do a down light, you get a combo. You can combo into a tilt attack in the air, or you can combo into your recovery move, which sends them skyward, or even a up tilt air attack. So here, Roland makes a mistake by not following up. There's no reason why he shouldn't have been able to, but he pauses here, not following up immediately, and I'm able to get away during the gap in his combo because he executed poorly. So even that too is a mistake. All right, let's carry on. I missed the weapon toss, but I'm able to hit him off stage. So let's look at that real quick, because this is something that's really important about tossing weapons most people overlook. Just because you take an action doesn't mean that you should wait to see if it was successful or not. You want to take the appropriate action regardless of what happens. And in some cases, like with throwing a weapon like this, the appropriate action is the same whether it hits or misses. If it hits Roland, I want to do an unarmed attack. If it doesn't hit him, I still want to do an unarmed attack. So let's see what happens. I throw the item, and he dodges through the bounce. But I'm at the perfect distance to be able to punish his dodge, which I do so immediately. So what was Roland's mistake there? He probably should have dodged away. All Alright, let's see what happens next. Trying to get to the top. And there's another early dodge coming out of Roland. Let's look at that one more time. So I pick up the weapon, I come over, he expects me to attack in the air, and I wait for him to dodge and do a quick weapon toss to knock him off. So that's another thing about weapon tosses, is that they're most effective when they're least expected. So here I just throw immediately after this move. And immediately after his dodge as well, so he can't recover from it. Alright, let's see what happens next for us to analyze and look at. Early dodge, but again, the spear standing neutral doesn't come out as fast as possible, especially when you have to churn beforehand. So that's why I got hit there, because the spear just doesn't come out as fast as other moves. Alright, item toss, down heavy. Alright, so this is an example of holding out of your weapon. I just want to show this real quick. So here, I start this item toss up here, because what I want to do is I want to hit Roland. But the thing is by the time I'm about to release it, I see that he's almost recovered by the time that I start this animation. So I'm going to hang on to it until I get parallel with him, so I can hit him in the face. And then I do so. And I get knocked out. Let's see why I got knocked out there. Okay, so I get the item toss, and then I go for an uppercut, and he dodges out of it, and then he punishes my uppercut. Pretty common stuff. I probably should not have gone for the uppercut there. Alright, so we've got another dodge from Roland, and I'm able to punish. And there's a good example of how that down light move just comes out so incredibly fast. It beats a lot of stuff. If you're a sword user, you should use it and abuse it. Right? That's all pretty basic stuff. Shouldn't have used those moves in those positions. Excuse me, I'm a little sick. Alright. Got a dive kick. Alright, so this is interesting. So this slide kick from unarmed probably is the only move that comes out faster than the down light attack. And you can see that Roland here was starting to wind up his move, but I was able to hit him with it because the down slide attack with unarmed actually lowers your hitbox a little. Alright, so able to dodge through that. There's another early dodge right there. Let's go back, take a quick look at that. So he dodges, and I retaliate. Okay, so here's an interesting example of how to deal with Valkyria horns. So he picks up the Valkyria horn. I know he's going to do it because I see him approaching. And as soon as he does, I hit him with a down light. And then I dodge through the Valkyria horn because I know it's coming. And then I hit him one last time with the tilt attack. And so see there's another example where Roland dodges early. At the place where he dodges, when he starts the dodge, about right here, I can't even really hit him with anything. So he's deciding, go away, Misfit, I'm talking about your decisions right now. Don't talk to me on Steam. I'm basically here, he dodges early because he's afraid I'm going to throw the item at him. People are always less likely to throw at you diagonally than they are to just throw straight at you. So maybe he was trying to get back to the stage sooner to avoid the item throw. All I do is hang on to it and then toss it directly upwards and follow up. Alright, let's see what happens next. Another item throw upward. 4 item throws. And yeah, that close range there with the spear, once again, making the mistake of trying to be close range. And actually, that's a mistake I wasn't even really aware of before I started making this video. So now that I know that, I'll probably start trying to play with the spear differently against Sir Roland. Alright, actually, let's go back and look at this one real quick. So, nope, not that one. Where are we here? Alright, he does that. I pick up the sword. He combos me. Yeah, okay, so right here. So this standing light move with the sword, it's really good for edge guarding and for when you're right on top of somebody because it has a really great hitbox. But right here, I don't know why he's doing it. I'm not going to try to recover to this ledge. I can just go over here. So, I mean, what he could have done was just uppercut again and gotten back in my face. So as soon as he stops doing that, or, you know, even if he was still doing it, I get in position to punish him for it with a tilt attack, and I manage to hit him with the last hit. I get comboed or air recovered, and then he falls out. Alright, so I know this video is kind of wordy and lengthy, but the main thing that I want to emphasize to you guys is that, you know, every time you get hit, it's because you made a mistake. It's not because the other guy outplayed you or is just better than you, or, oh my god, Raidhyn, Misfit, and Kreutzberg, and all these guys are just so good. The point is that if you want to improve your play, you should be thinking about what you could have done better for decision making and prediction. So for me, like, just making this video just now, I realized that when I'm in down light range from a sword attack, I don't want to be in that range if I have a spear. There's nothing I can do to deal with it. It beats me constantly. So what I need to do is fix my positioning, you know, and this works for any little thing that happens. There's another example, like I can't use a down or light spear attack to retaliate against a standing light neutral with a lance because it just doesn't come out as quick. So I, you know, have learned just now from watching this video, or making this video rather, that, you know, light spear attacks get beat out by pretty much all the other weapons standing light attacks, which are typically the ones that come out fastest. So just that little bit of information is going to affect how I play and make me a better player. So I hope this video was useful to you guys. I know it was a little unorthodox, but I'm hoping that it's helpful to you. Trying to talk through some of these concepts on a bigger level is a little difficult, so I apologize for rambling at points, but I hope this was useful to you. If it was, please let me know in the comments. I always like hearing from you guys. If you liked the video, please remember to hit the like button, as it helps a great deal. And I'll be trying to make more videos like this where I talk through different concepts of gameplay and how to improve. And this is actually a lot easier and less time consuming for me to create over making a video with a whole bunch of different clips and things. It's a lot easier for me to talk through things like this. So if you enjoyed the format, please let me know that as well. But for now, I'll see you next time on my next Brawlhalla video.